Odds in action in the Betfred Nifty 50 Sandy Lane Stakes, Group 2 over 6 furlongs, and then dropping back to 5 for the Betfred Temple Stakes as well. Throw in a Heritage Handicap as well in the Silver Bowl, and you've got the makings of a fine day's action at Haydock Park, which kicked off with a handicap over 1.5 miles. Old TOON LOON, your favourite, 9-4. Calling them home was Anthony Ennis.
Ready, and they're off. Jumped away for the Betfred Supports Jack Berry House Florida Handicap Stakes. Now, who's going to make the early running? It's the outsider Swift Tuttle who's come forward in the pink colours. Horse with the noseband and hood to lead. There's no pace on here. Quite a few of them pulling for their heads. On the outside, Old TOON LOON. The red colours is there for Jason Watson. The yellow and black of Thunder Ahead is very keen in the hands of Holly Doyle. Peripeteia in light blue is racing on the outside of Tiger Beetle in the black and red. Then the grey horse Come On Kenny under William Buick is next in the field. And the back marker in the halved colours is In the Breeze, the gold and green. And the blue cap for Ray Dawson. So making the run down the back straight here at Haydock Park. And the leader is Swift Tuttle on the inside by a length to Old TOON LOON, who's racing in second. But the pace has been steady through the early part of the race. The first 3 or 4 furlongs, they haven't gone much of a gallop. Racing in third is Thunder Ahead. And then Peripeteia, that's the mare on the outside of Tiger Beetle, who's under Sean Levy on the inside under a firm hold. Come On Kenny is next in the field. And the back marker is In the Breeze with the noseband, the blue cap. So continuing their journey well down the back straight now. They're heading for the final 7 furlongs and inside the 7. And up front it is still Swift Tuttle who leads by 3 parts to Old TOON LOON racing in second. A gap of 3 lengths to find Holly Doyle and Thunder Ahead racing a clear third. Peripeteia's on the outside of Tiger Beetle. They've never been too far apart, those two. Then the grey Come On Kenny, and the back marker is still In the Breeze. They're now turning left-handed towards the side of the course, and they're heading for the final 5 furlongs. In the Betfred Supports Jack Berry House Florida Handicap. The pace is still with the outsider Swift Tuttle under Ali Rawlinson. The length clear to Old TOON LOON in second place. In behind them is Thunder Ahead. The inside is Tiger Beetle. Further back then to find Peripeteia, the white cap William Buick of Come On Kenny, and the back marker is still In the Breeze with the noseband. They're now heading inside the final half mile. The pace about to increase. Swift Tuttle in front by a length to Old TOON LOON. The first to make a move is Thunder Ahead into a closing third. Come On Kenny's got a bit closer now. Peripeteia is just niggled along. Still covered up is Tiger Beetle. The back marker remains In the Breeze. He'll have to pass them all. Heading for the final quarter mile. Thunder Ahead on the outside. Old TOON LOON is still there, red with the white sleeves. Far side Swift Tuttle, out wider Peripeteia and also Tiger Beetle. Come On Kenny's in behind horses as they head down for the final furlong. Old TOON LOON on the far side. Peripeteia out wider from the back. In the Breeze is getting going. Swift Tuttle, though, is still there on the far side, still leads. Swift Tuttle, the last challenger, is In the Breeze right down the outside. Swift Tuttle trying to hold on here from In the Breeze. So In the Breeze, I think, has just got up to tip out Swift Tuttle and Come On Kenny. It's close second and third. Old TOON LOON in fourth, late and fast for Mick Appleby and Ray Dawson. In the Breeze.
In the Breeze, in the shadows of the post to get there. 9-2 for Ray Dawson, Mick Appleby, J&A Young Leicester Limited. Second, Swift Tuttle, 50-1, and it looked like the outsider was going to hang on. However, with a late rattle, In the Breeze has got up for a first win in quite some time. This is only the second career win he'd had. He'd faced vastly different conditions and a different trip last time when he ran pretty well at Windsor. That was over 10 furlongs on soft ground, and it showed that he might just have something left to offer. He's a 5-year-old. He's not had much racing for his age as well, this only being his 18th run.
In the Breeze has won our opening race here at Haydock, trained by Mick Appleby. Well done. He's a horse who's feasibly handicapped in his old form. If he gives himself a chance, he's a nice horse, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff. Well, good start today. Hopefully it's first of many to come.
Cheers. Thank you.
Longest trip of the day was the Hell Nook Handicap over 2 miles and 45 yards. Law of the Sea, your 2-1 favourite.
Down last in, we're just about ready. And they're off. CARZOLA was a step slow, but a long way to go for the Betfred TV Hell Nook Handicap Stakes. 2 miles and 45 yards. RESHOUN is up there early on. The dark blue, horse with the cheek pieces for Callum Rodriguez. Holly Doyle has Solent Gateway up there as well. The green cap towards the inside. And it's Solent Gateway in the cheek pieces. Far side out wider is RESHOUN, also cheek pieced. Behind those is Law of the Sea in the black and white. Fourth in the Chester Cup last time, racing on the inside for William Buick. So that one's outside. One out, one back is the THEMAXWECAN, the red, white and blue. Behind those, the Irish Raider FIRSTMAN under Patrick Harnett is racing on the inside with a noseband, black cap with a white star. 2 lengths back to find Frankie Dettori on CARZOLA, the green, orange and white colours, and the back marker held up by Sean Levy is Mountain Road in the pink and blue checks as they pass the line with a circuit to go in the Hell Nook. And up front the leader is Solent Gateway under Holly Doyle, leads by 3 parts. RESHOUN is in second place, Law of the Sea is on the inside in third, THEMAXWECAN racing in fourth, FIRSTMAN is behind those in fifth place, and then comes CARZOLA, who won at Doncaster last time, she's up on the outside, and then the horse towards the back of the field, Mountain Road under Sean Levy, is the early back marker as they head down the far side now. So they've covered the first 3/4 of a mile and they're heading inside the final 10 furlongs of their journey. And the leader is Solent Gateway by 1 length to RESHOUN racing in second. Law of the Sea is in third. THEMAXWECAN is up on the outside in the quarters in fourth. Back on the inner in the noseband, blue colours, that is FIRSTMAN, the Irish Raider. Then comes CARZOLA in the green and orange, followed by Mountain Road, who's close up. So they continue their journey towards the midway point of the back straight, keeping wide down the far side. Solent Gateway and Holly Doyle leads the field by a half length. RESHOUN is still in second place. Law of the Sea is under a tight hold on the inside in third. Racing behind him is THEMAXWECAN. Then comes FIRSTMAN from CARZOLA. And the back marker is still Mountain Road. No change in the order. They continue the run towards the final 6.5 furlongs. Approaching the end of the far side, the leader is Solent Gateway by a half length to RESHOUN up on the outside in second. On the inner in the black and white is Law of the Sea, is racing just ahead of THEMAXWECAN up on the outer. Behind him is FIRSTMAN, and then CARZOLA, and the back marker is still Mountain Road as they now make the turn. Left-handed inside the final 6 furlongs, they'll go towards the side of the course and begin this long swing back towards home. The leader is still Solent Gateway by a neck to RESHOUN, who's trying to get a bit closer on the outside. On the inner is Law of the Sea under William Buick. In fourth place then is THEMAXWECAN, followed by FIRSTMAN and CARZOLA. And the back marker is still Mountain Road. Sean Levy in no hurry, turning for home, 4 furlongs left to travel. And still in front is Solent Gateway, now begins to just up the ante in front, leads by a length to RESHOUN, now shaken up in second. Law of the Sea's got a nice seam through on the inside, one off the fence, out wide of THEMAXWECAN. CARZOLA, Frankie is driving away, and there's not a great deal of response as they head down, still with 2.5 furlongs to go. It's still Solent Gateway on the far side who leads. Law of the Sea has got alongside but has not got past. THEMAXWECAN out wide, and then comes FIRSTMAN, but Solent Gateway keeps on finding for Holly as they head inside the 2. It's still Solent Gateway the leader. Law of the Sea trying to close in second. THEMAXWECAN wider out in third, and then comes FIRSTMAN, nothing from off the pace. It's still Solent Gateway. Law of the Sea will have one more go though as they head inside the final half furlong on the far rail. Solent Gateway is still leading from Law of the Sea, and Solent Gateway driven out will hold on. Winning spare for Holly Doyle. Solent Gateway wins for Hugo Palmer. Second place in the end was Law of the Sea. Close for third, THEMAXWECAN, and the running on Mountain Road, and then came FIRSTMAN.
Solent Gateway lands a big pot, 5-1 for Holly Doyle, Hugo Palmer, DR Passant and Heffen Williams. Second, Law of the Sea, the 2-1 favourite. And it looked like the favourite was coming with a late rattle of his own, similar to our winner of the first race. However, Solent Gateway had set fractions out in front under Holly Doyle to best effect and has bounced back to winning ways, stepping back up in trip, having taken in 1 mile and 6 furlongs at Newmarket in the Heritage Handicap last time. He'd been on the go on the all-weather as well, winning at Wolverhampton. That was his last win, but fully effective on turf as well, as won this off 93 in fine style.
The winning horse is a golf's horse.
Betfred's Silver Bowl handicap was a Heritage handicap on the card and a big pot over 1 mile. Covey, the unexposed one, and well backed, 15-8 to 6-4 clear favourite.
And they're off. They've jumped away for the Betfred Silver Bowl, a Heritage handicap over 1 mile. One of the first to show up is Covey in the hands of Frankie Dettori. The pink cap, white sleeves, going to make the running here, the well-backed favourite. To in second place, to the outside is KILLYBEGS Warrior, who can front run, is in second place at the moment, the orange colours. Scholarship is next, the dark blue on the inside, Metal Merchant, the yellow cap. Then the purple and light blue of Stormbuster from GINCIDENT, who's back on the inside in orange colours. Wider out without cover and going quite keenly is BOORGAN in the dark blue and yellow halved colours. Back towards the inside, the pale colours of Royal Cape, and then the red, white and blue of Just Bring It. Towards the back at this stage, Defensive Fort with the gold cap, dark blue and white hoops, and also James McHenry is towards the rear as well in the purple with the yellow epaulets. They make the home turn, then they're halfway in the Betfred Silver Bowl, and Covey is the leader in the hands of Frankie Dettori by a length and a half to KILLYBEGS Warrior in second place. Metal Merchant is against the paint racing in third. They're followed by Scholarship in fourth, and GINCIDENT in fifth. On the outside is Stormbuster trying to get a bit closer. Then comes BOORGAN on the outside, who's asked to improve. Will make ground towards the centre of the track as they head down, still with 2.5 furlongs to go. COVEY still has the lead. The pink cap far side leads by a couple of lengths. Dettori winding up the pace all the time, giving chase Metal Merchant towards the inside. James McHenry, the grey, is making ground, but Covey's got a break here, and Frankie says go, and Covey's away by 3 or 4 lengths with a furlong to go. Giving chase towards the outside is BOORGAN, towards the inside James McHenry and Metal Merchant boxing on, and also staying on 2 is Royal Cape, but Covey is clear inside the final half furlong, and the well-backed Covey is going to win for Frankie Dettori and John and Thady Gosling. Great style. Covey wins well to Royal Cape, Metal Merchant, and close for 4th in the end between Just Bring It, who is never NYRA, and BOORGAN.
Probably a group horse and a handicap. COVEY takes the silver bowl, 6-4 favourite for Frankie Dettori, John and Thady Gosden and Juddmonte. Second, Royal Cape, 7-1. Third, Metal Merchant, 22-1. But they were playing for places from a very early stage. Looks like that riding in America for Frankie Dettori has paid even more dividends. It was an American jockey's ride. Get into the front, wind the tempo up on the turf, and show that he was on the best horse in the race. And he's taken an effortless step up, COVEY. This represented a big test, a heritage handicap against much more experienced types, but he's passed with flying colours, and you'd imagine pattern success not far away.
COVEY has won the silver bowl like a good horse. He's mentally getting there, Frank, is he?
Yeah, it was a bit of a handful, but he's learning and he's settling. We took the hood off. That's how confident we were that he's grown up. And yeah, won well. You know, it takes a nice horse to win these kind of races. Yeah, I suspect.
Britannia jersey?
Yeah, Britannia jersey. He's short on the list. I'll leave that to John and Thady and the Juddmonte team, but at least his horse is progressing really well.
When the stalls open, he relaxed, didn't he, in front of you?
Yeah, but, you know, I sent him away. He's had 2 runs.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a good spot. I landed in front. He came back to me around the turn and he quickened well.
Good. We need to ask winners this year, so make sure he's in the right race.
Absolutely.
Frankie had a big chance of a quick fire double in the Betfred Nifty 50 Sandy Lane Stakes. Group 2 for 3-year-olds over the straight 6. Little Big Bear out for redemption, evens to do it.
We're just about set for the Sandy Lane, and they're off. Millstream not the quickest away for the Betfred Nifty 50 Sandy Lane Stakes over the straight 6 furlongs. Towards the left, Little Big Bear in the purple broke well. He's right up there with Bradsell showing speed. The centre in the red and white. Towards the far side, Matilda Picotte is the yellow cap. That's Ronan Whelan. Cold Case is next, going far side, the Riddler in red. More towards the near side, Should Have Been a Ring, the grey, and then Millstream with the white cap. They head then past the 4. Bradsell narrowly. Far side, though, Matilda Picotte is right up there. Stand side, that's Little Big Bear, the hot favourite. Alongside that runner is Cold Case as they head down then past halfway. Little Big Bear towards the stand side, towards the far side, more towards the centre of the track is Matilda Picotte, who's right there. Bradsell in the middle in the red colours. Cold Case is under pressure, then Millstream. Should Have Been a Ring is making ground, the grey going quite nicely. Inside the 2, Bradsell has a narrow lead from Little Big Bear. Should Have Been a Ring still making ground. Here comes Little Big Bear, though, towards the stand side rails, and now Little Big Bear has found his stride and he's going on by 2 lengths, and Little Big Bear is pouring it on. He's storming away. He's back to winning ways. It's a double for Frankie Dettori. Little Big Bear wins the Sandy Lane Stakes. He's back. He beat Should Have Been a Ring, who did close the gap to about 1.5 lengths late on. They were clear of Bradsell in 3rd, and 4th, Matilda Picotte.
Little Big Bear is back. Sandy Lane success. Evens favourite for Frankie Dettori, Aidan O'Brien, Derek Smith, John Magnier, Michael Table, Westerberg. Second, Should Have Been a Ring, 11-1. A quick fire double for Frankie. And once again going through the gears on a really exciting racehorse. The question was, could you just put a line through the 2,000 guineas? We had softer ground and a mile with 6 furlongs and quick ground. We knew he was good on these conditions. The only question mark was, had it left a mark and had he trained on properly? The answers have both been resoundingly answered. Yes, a very impressive performance.
The Betfred Sandy Lanes has been won by Little Big Bear and Frankie Dettori. That was a nice ride to have.
Yes, in fairness, they booked me about 10 days ago, but I said to him, hold on, because I could be in Ireland for the Guineas, but things didn't materialise, so I was straight on the phone. I said, yes, I'm going to HAYDOCK. And look, champion 2-year-old, too long in the Guineas, and he won in good style today. Always had the race covered, quickened out well, hands and nails. Good confidence booster before the Commonwealth.
I love it the way when you gear down in the winning line, years prick, he looks real professional over that trip.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, the last 20 yards I eased up and he got the job done, and you know, you've got to put him in good stead for the Commonwealth.
Yeah, you might struggle to find something to beat him, won't you?
I don't know. I haven't seen the line-out, but look, he was champion Tweedle. He's got big figures. He's come back to his best today, and yeah, he'll be a favourite.
And he just looked real relaxed and everything before it.
Yeah, good. He looked magnificent, and you know, I guess they're there to try the Guineas, but it didn't work out, and back to sprinting.
Well done.
Thank you.
Next up, the Betfred Temple Stakes, a Group 2 over the straight 5. Dramatised, making her 3-year-old debut, getting plenty of weight and 4-1 to make it count.
Existent a bit restless, but they're off. Jumped away, racing for the Betfred Temple Stakes over the straight 5 furlongs. Breaking well, living the dream. The pink colours towards the stand side. Got off to a flying start and leads the Platinum Queen. The red and yellow stripes. Dramatised the grey is next. Royal Acclaim Dark Blue is in about 4th place. Far side, that's Equality, the white cap, followed by Acclam Express, and then comes Bradsell. Far side 2 for Happy Romance towards the stand side rails. In the pink and green is Equilateral. Then the light green of Anaf, red, white and blue. Twilight Calls is next. Mitbahi in the grey is out the back with Existent as they head down for the final 2 in the Temple Stakes. Living the Dream, White Face has the lead. Dramatised, William Buick wants the stand side rails run, and she's coming home strongly. Dramatised, in behind those is Equilateral, and then comes Anaf. Actions on the stand side rails. Dramatised, William Buick, she's now got to the front to Living the Dream in second. 3rd place Equilateral is running on 2. Dramatised just in front to Equilateral. Living the Dream, Dramatised is back to winning ways for William Buick and Carl Burke. She wins the Temple Stakes. Equilateral was second, 3rd maybe just Living the Dream ahead of Existent in 4th place.
She's very good, isn't she? Dramatised takes the Temple on seasonal reappearance. 4-1 favourite for William Buick, Carl Burke and Clipper Logistics. 2nd, Equilateral 20-1. 3rd, Living the Dream 7-1. And once again, that strip of ground on the near side has paid dividends. Dramatised probably was just good enough, however. She was getting plenty of weight on her 3-year-old debut. She already had the form in the book from some great juvenile performances, but she's shown herself to have trained on and some, because she's put a length between herself and Equilateral. A good yardstick at this kind of level, and very exciting summer lies ahead for Carl Burke and Dramatised.
Betfred Temple Stakes has been won by Dramatised. First time champion jockey William Buick on board. That was a nice spare.
Yeah, really nice spare, and high class form from last year, and you know, it's never easy taking on all the sprinters, but you know, she's put them to bed readily, and she was high class last year, and I think there's still some improvement left in her.
I suppose looking at the race before and Living the Dream is very fast, and 10 you were drawn close, so it was perfect for you.
Yeah, it suited us well today, and I suppose looking at the earlier races as well, it's probably an advantage being towards the stand side. So, but you know, she was much the best at the end.
She looked like when you pressed it and you quickly settled it for a sprint.
Yeah, she did, and she was very relaxed. So she's come a long way, and yeah, I think you know everyone's very delighted with her.
She'd be good riding the King's Stand if she didn't have Danny's weight once again.
Yeah, look, I don't know what sort of weight she would have, but obviously she's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, she is. Clipper Logistics put a lot into it. It's nice they've got a homebred, a talented one.
Yeah, exactly. Put a lot in. It's very important, and it's always nice when they get rewarded.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Up a furlong, back to Handicap Company for our next race. Big R headed up a very open event, 100-30 from a pair on 9-2. William Dewhurst and Spirit of Applause.
And they're off. Jumped away for the Betfred Double Delight Edge Green Handicap Stakes. Breaking well towards the near side, Big R. Also up there too is Premier Beauty, who's tacking across from a midfield draw. Also heading across Secret Mistral with a white face, the yellow sleeve. Secret Mistral is going on to Heracles, and behind them is Premier Beauty. Towards the far side is Macho Mania, being tracked through by Due Date, the yellow on the sleeves. De Bruyne is next in light blue. Blue with a red cap next, that's Spirit of Applause. Big R's lost his place a bit. He's been shuffled back in the field to second last. He's preceded by Duddington Lad. William Dewhurst is towards the back as well as Stone Last. In fact, William Dewhurst also in the rear, Indian Falcon, as they cluster towards the stand side rails. The white-faced Secret Mistral, the filly, leads by a length and a half. Pressed now by Premier Beauty in second. The royal blue cap for Sean Levy. Angling out is Spirit of Applause for a run. These three now moving on. Towards the far side is Due Date. Drifting off the rail, Secret Mistral. Spirit of Applause looks a big danger now. Spirit of Applause, and Sean Kiran has taken up to Premier Beauty in second. From the back, Big R is now finding his stride for Buick. Could it be too late? Out in front still is Spirit of Applause to Big R in second, and Spirit of Applause, well backed, wins for Tim Easterby and Sean Kiran. Big R got going too late, finished second. Third, Premier Beauty, and fourth, Indian Falcon.
Spirit of Applause wins for the first time in handicap company. 9-2, Sean Curran, Tim Easterby, S.A. Healy and partner. Second, Big R, the 100-30 favourite. Third, Premier Beauty, 14-1. Some scrimmaging in behind, but not on that side rail as well. That was caused when the long-time leader in here, who dropped away in the end, Secret Mistral, went away, caused a bit of trouble to a few of them. But the way that Spirit of Applause has won, it would be folly to suggest that this gelding can't go on to bigger and better things. He might have won this off 75, but you'd imagine he'll be rated a bit higher come the end of the season. The finale was back on the round course, the 7 furlong handicap to close proceedings. Persuasion, your 5-2 clear favourite.
Last one is in. We're ready for our 7th and final, and they're off. Jumped away. Just ridden along to gather stride was Persuasion, leaving the gates for the Betfred Hat-Trick Heaven New Boston Handicap Stakes. Zain Al Arab is dropped towards the rear of the field along with Royal Pleasure early on. The first to show up towards the inside is Frankie Dettori and Roman Dragon. The light blue is going to lead up here to Gorak. Red and white diamonds for Neil Callan in second. Fion's got a good position on the inside in third in the grey with the maroon sleeves and cap. The green of Tuscan in fourth. And the red colours, Equiano Springs, the gold cap is next in the field, followed by the black and red Alexander James, who's racing back in 6th place. Then the favourite Persuasion, pink cap, white jacket. Zain Al Arab, the royal blue and white, and the back marker in the claret with the blue sleeves. That's Royal Pleasure with the noseband. In line for home then. They're heading to halfway. The leader is Roman Dragon. Dettori stacks them up, leads by a length. To Gorak in second, Fion in third, Tuscan in fourth, and Equiano Springs in fifth. Wider out, Alexander James, just nudged along by Buick is Persuasion on the extreme outside. Zain Al Arab is asked for a bit more. The extreme outer is Royal Pleasure with a noseband. They head down with 2 furlongs to go. Still Roman Dragon in front to Gorak in second. Persuasion needs to do better as they head down for the final furlong. Roman Dragon pressed hard by Gorak in second. Fion every chance, and then Persuasion. Gorak on the outside now, just nosing on to in second place. Roman Dragon. Fion is next, but it's Gorak in front for Neil Callan by 3 parts to Fion, who's trying hard to close, but Gorak driven out in front to Fion, who's closing late. Gorak just from Fion. Third Persuasion, fourth Equiano Springs, and then Roman Dragon and Royal Pleasure.
Neil Callan, Charlie Fellows and First Tuesday Syndicate teaming up for Gorak, winner of the 7 furlong handicap at 9-2. Second, Fion, 6-1. Third, the favourite Persuasion, 5-2 favourite. And since switching from Richard Fahey to Charlie Fellows, Gorak's been on the go for a long time. First run this year was on the 9th of January. Well, had a little break at some point. Has yielded now 2 wins. A couple of seconds coming into this as well, but he was hard fit, and it very much showed on the day. A fine ride by Neil Callan, who's riding really, really well at the moment for a 3rd career win for this 4-year-old gelding. One of those days that Frankie Dettori says, "You'll miss me when I'm gone." A perfect ride on Covey in the Silver Bowl handicap was the first leg of a double. The Heritage handicap, the first leg. The Sandy Lane, the Group 2, the second on Little Big Bear. A brilliant performance and a great bounce back from Guinea's defeat last time. Dramatised as well, lived up to her billing. 4-1 favourite, getting plenty of weight, but running really, really nicely in the Temple. With the 2 features on the straight course and sprint races, you expect them to be the quickest on the clock, and they very much were. Narrowly edging out Dramatised, though, for the quickest furlong per furlong was Little Big Bear in the Sandy Lane, 1:11.39, 0.99 above the standard, 0.17 furlong per furlong, a fraction quicker than Dramatised.